Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I miss you guys. I wasn't here last week, but I'm back today. Sometimes I need that little break so I can step away from my mic and think about what I'm going to say, what I'm going to speak, what I'm going to talk about. But anyway, you're listening to Motion with Romanda D on the edgeonair.com, where we play the greatest music you never heard. Happy Thursday. Yeah, happy Thursday. We are in October. And today is October the 3rd, to be exact.
I got to change my watch.
I have my co-host. He always thinks I'm going to leave him out. He never give me a chance to get to him. I have my co-host, Jeff Hudson. Want to say hi?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes, we can officially say good afternoon. Again, happy Thursday. It's October the 3rd. Again, I wasn't with you last week, but I'm here today, along with Jeff Hudson. So, what we're going to talk about today is some interesting topics, you guys. A lot has been happening in our world over the news, radio. We're going to talk about vaping. We're going to talk about the college athletes. So, yeah, something we need to let you guys know about that. We're going to talk about the 2020 election, Jeff's graduation, and the sentencing of Amber Guyger. All coming up soon, you guys. Stay tuned.
I need a day of peace, but a week would be nice. Whoa, this is what I want. I want to hear the sound of you walking beside me. And I know you care about the way I live and how I spend my time. Life is a breath with everyone I take. Another moment's gone, another chance to live. Live on and on and on and on.
Yes, CBS.
This is what I have, love to impart, turning life into an art, and this is all I know. Each moment I'll embrace, if for it cannot be replaced, and I know you care about the way I live and how I spend my time. Life is a breath with everyone I take. Another moment's gone, another chance to live. Time is no respecter of person. Time is no respecter of the plans that we made. Time seems like it's gone before it ever arrives. Time is, and time will be a million moments to create a legacy.
See, they don't give you the stuff. You need to see, they used to be good too. Another mainstream state. Yeah.
This is how I pray that I'll live each day to give my all, receive my call, 'cause I know you care about the way I live and how I spend my time. Life is a breath with everyone I take, another moment's gone. La, 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 la. And I know you care about the way I live and how I spend my time. Life is a breath with everyone I take, another moment's gone, another chance to live on and on and on and on and on and on. We move and we cry and we laugh in a moment. We live for we breathe, for we run toward the moment. We move and we cry and we laugh in a moment. We live for we breathe, for we run toward the moment. We move and we cry and we laugh in a moment. We live for we breathe, for we run toward the moment.
You're listening to Motion with Romanda D on the edge on air.com, playing the best music you never heard. Tune in Thursdays, 12 p.m. to 1. And don't forget to catch me as co-host on Evolution Pop, the Bible Show, with host Jeff Hudson, enlightening you with some knowledge from the Bible.
All right, welcome back on this beautiful afternoon. It is Thursday. You're listening to Motion with Romanda D and Jeff Hudson on the edge on air.com. Well, we play the greatest music you never heard. So we're going to start this out with our first topic of vaping. Why? Because vaping has been very much in the media, in the news, on the news and in the media. Why? Why has vaping been so much in the news lately? Because 12 deaths has occurred over this and over 805 cases related illnesses in the United States. Jeff, so what do you think about vaping and the death that it caused?
I thought last I heard, I thought it was like 7 deaths or 6 deaths, but it's 12 now.
It's 12 now. It might be higher, but yeah, last I checked, it was 12
well, you know,
deaths.
there are a couple of things about this. One, I think it's a good idea that they do address it.
Yeah,
I think they do need to address it because
it's getting out
people
of
think
hand.
it's a new technology. Well, it's kind of new.
It is new.
It's
And
been out for a while, but I guess now it's been out long enough for them to actually do some real research on it.
Mhm. It's targeting teens.
Yeah, it's targeting teens. They got all these different flavors, so it can target youngsters. It's supposed to be safe. It's like no side effects or no problems with it because it's not actual cigarettes. But it's turned out, but that's not true.
No, it's not true at all.
Seems like anytime you smoke anything into your lungs, it's doing some kind of damage.
Yeah, very, very, very true. So let's see. Vaping. What is vaping? Vaping is the simple act of inhaling and exhaling vapor from an electronic cigarette or similar device. A vaporizer or a vape pen. The actual device used for vaping is a small battery powered device that heats e-liquid into an inhalable vapor, similar to how steam is formed.
Yeah, you don't smoke steam either, though.
You know what? Sometimes I just want to say stick with cigarettes.
Well, at least that's like a natural plant.
It is, right? Exactly.
Natural plant, but even that's not good for you either.
You know what? Here's the thing. Here's why I think they probably got vaping from. When pipes, smoking on a peace pipe. Because inside the pipe, the smoke pipe, you have the clouds, which was more like vaporized, wasn't it?
Well, it's just smoke. It's not vapor, it's smoke.
Okay.
But you got like
but
a
it
bong.
seemed like they probably took that and took it to a new level. See that?
You know, like a bong, you got like water in the bong.
Yeah.
So you put your plant in the pipe and you got the
You said
water
you
at
got
the bottom
water
of the bong.
Yep, exactly. Okay,
And
wait, because you said you got the water in there. So that's the same thing as e-cigarette. They have the liquid in there.
Yeah, maybe that's where it came from.
I know that's what I'm.
Does something with, I don't know. But
You
then you
can't
got like
put nothing past me too much.
you get the smoke that's in the pipe. I don't know. I never was into like the vaping thing. I did
know.
smoke at one time though. I used to smoke.
I did too. I smoked for a year. Newports, you guys.
Marlboro Light.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't like the menthol. Ugh.
I only smoked for a year, and that's because the guy I was dating smoked, of course. And every time we went out to a bar or whatever, when we had a drink, I had to have a smoke. But then it had got to the point with me that when I was at work, I found myself smoking, on my lunch break, and still I wasn't addicted.
You didn't think you were?
No, I just stopped. When we broke up, that was it. I didn't want to smoke no more.
Yeah.
Wasn't addicted. But you know what? Here's the thing that I realized what happened to me though. I started chewing a lot of gum. I realized that.
Oh, substitute.
Yeah, but not even realizing what I was doing. I wanted gum. I craved gum.
No, you had a craving for gum.
Yeah.
I think people that try to quit smoking, they use that as an alternative. So, or like, I don't know, maybe a toothpick or something instead of smoking a cigarette. Anyway, back to the vaping thing.
Yeah. So, okay, with what is e-cigarettes and what is vaping? What's the difference? You know what? I'm going to read you this.
That's a difference?
No.
Okay. I thought e-cigarettes and vaping was the same thing.
Right. But let me read this to the people, because after I read this, you're going to find out that they're the same. Okay. Because a lot of people want to get away from e-cigarettes. And like when I was just on a temp agency position, right? And there was a girl that was sitting beside me because we were doing data entry, and she had one of the pipes, the vaping pipes, and I told her, I said, "Don't you know this is on the news?" And she said, "Yeah, but this is not the e-cigarette. This is different." I said, "Okay, but let me read this because there's no difference." Electronic cigarettes, which they call e-cig, right, or e-cigarettes, provide a simple setup with minimum parts. They use a rechargeable or disposable battery combined with disposable e-liquid cartridges, which means that there's no tank to fill. When engaged by pressing a power button on the device, or in some cases simply by inhaling a battery, heats an element in the device called cartomizer. This is a small component that contains a heating coil wrapped in polyfill. The polyfill wrapping soaks up the e-liquid, which is then heated until it turns into vapor for inhalation. Now that's e-cigarettes. You want to read to them what I have highlighted? What is a vape of vaping?
What is a vape? Vaporizers use a rechargeable module combined with interchangeable e-liquid. Vape users like the broad range of options available and the variety of devices and liquids available. Generally a little larger than an e-cigarette, vaporizers also tend to offer longer battery life. A vaporizer works in much the same way as an e-cigarette. A rechargeable battery heats a small element that in turn vaporizes the e-liquid in the device. Unlike e-cigarettes, though, most vaporizers use a tank to hold the e-liquid rather than a cartridge. Well, what's the difference?
Exactly, you guys. There's no difference.
As the tank gets low, or if you want to change flavors, you simply add additional e-liquid of your preferred flavor and nicotine strength to the tank. Some vaporizers like the Logic Pro use a pre-filled capsules instead of a tank. I still don't get what the difference is.
There's no difference. But I think you got some people out there try to make it a difference because they're doing one or the other. So they want excuses to make a difference.
You know what? All right. So they got like these. I don't know how many people actually vape, but okay. So there's 12 confirmed deaths out of how many people?
Yeah. So far, 805 cases of. But let me keep going. But now, cigarettes, they almost seem to be a thing of the past. So they're trying. Yeah. Oh, they're trying to. Oh, they're trying to make it a thing of the. No, I have it here. Actually. Oh, they're trying to make cigarettes a thing of the past. But I don't know. I still.
Well, okay, wait. So I don't know how many people vape in the entire country. What percentage is 12 of the total people that?
Right, that's true too. Right.
12 people die out of how many people that vape? What percentage is that?
Right, and in states.
Okay, and are they banning vaping? Has it been banned?
Not yet, but okay. So vaping is more in the news because federal and state health authorities began investigating an outbreak of a severe lung disease associated with e-cigarettes and other vaping products.
Okay, well, how many people die of actual cigarette smoke per year?
Sooner or later.
Have they? How many people in the country smoke cigarettes, and how many people die every year from smoking cigarettes? I bet you it's more than 12.
Of course.
Right? And I bet you it's more people that smoke cigarettes than vape.
Mm-hmm.
So I bet you it's a higher percentage of deaths. Are they going to ban cigarettes?
No, they're not.
How many people drink alcohol?
I see your point. I got your point.
How many people drink alcohol and die of some kind of alcohol poisoning or a drunk driving crash every year?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to ban alcohol?
No, they'll lose too much money. Are you kidding me?
But they're going to ban vaping.
Yeah, because it's attacking. Well, cigarettes attack what was advertised towards teens too. Because my brother was a teenager when he was about 17 when he started smoking cigarettes. So yeah, you're right. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe with this vaping thing, it's like it's a faster effect. Like maybe once you start vaping, it hits you quicker. With cigarettes, it might take a little longer. Like down the road.
So, or it's just that now people are really in the process of stepping up more and more now.
The other side of this,
a lot of people have a voice now today.
In a capitalistic society where everything is profit driven, is there a push from the cigarette companies to get rid of vaping because it's cutting into their financial bucket?
Yeah, you never know you never know. The another thing I wanted to touch on was the lung disease. Vaping, they're saying that vaping and I guess e-cigarettes should be in there too, but the more so vaping is the cause of a lung disease called popcorn lung. Well, what's going on with this thing? Okay. Well, popcorn lung, which is a rare medical condition that damages the bronchioles, the lung's smallest airways. Popcorn lung causes the airway scarring due to inflammation and eventually lung damage. There's no known cure for popcorn lung and it's considered life-threatening. Wow. Just when you're off cigarettes or you want to stop smoking cold turkey, it's always something else, huh?
Okay, so this is specifically tied to vaping?
Yeah.
Is there anything like, okay, what are the diseases that regular cigarette smokers cause?
Lung cancer.
So what I'm saying, I think they might be pushing this, trying to get rid of this vaping thing more so because it's
happening quicker.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. It appears to be happening quicker than catching cancer.
Yeah,
from regular smoking.
Well, you got to smoke like 20 years before.
Right, before you actually get symptoms of cancer or your first symptom of cancer. You're right. So this one is taking them out quickly.
You start vaping the next week, you got popcorn lung.
Yeah, or a month.
Yeah.
You're developing popcorn lung.
I don't know what the stats are, but it seems like that might be the case. But there's all these other alternatives too. And also, what percentage of people actually vape? And that does it help you quit smoking cigarettes and then eventually quit vaping? Is that the whole goal here? People, when vaping or e-cigarettes first came out, it was for people that were trying to quit smoking cigarettes, right?
Exactly.
So that's what the advertisement was for, right? Or were they really just looking for their own way to get people addicted to their product?
We never know, but one thing's for sure, here's Filter by Skinny.
We got Hennessy on the beat, by the way. You know I'm always keeping 100 with you, you know what I mean? Real life music. But you gotta know yourself, you're wrong without that. Straight up. But you gotta know your self-worth. Look, cover up that blemish. Don't forget to do your eyelashes when you finish. Don't forget your lipstick, period in the sentence. Trying so hard to pull out something that God invented. Blinded by society's definition of beauty, so you taking shots cause now you want a bigger booty. Ain't that a trip? Scared of being labeled as ugly or average. Doing all of that just to pull off a magic trick. Watching tutorials, yeah, that's hard work. That should let you know you can't be finessing God's work. You was made for a reason. Every detail, the truth is beauty ain't something that they sell in retail. They make you believe that's what you need. It's all greed. Cause under that mascara, I promise that y'all bleed. Which means you far from perfect. Regardless of that makeup you use to cover your surface. Got y'all reaching in your purses for a filter. See, baby, I don't think you really know your self-worth. Before they love you, you gotta love yourself first. Oh, who else gonna do it? If you don't see you beautiful, who else gonna view it? Got you looking in the mirror, trying to fix up your image, but your vision ain't no clear. Hour and 30 minutes. Man, shame, I was just trying to go get some dentist. She was always skinny, let me brush my head and I finish. Like, baby, you gotta know your self-worth. Before they love you, you gotta love yourself first. But you rather use a filter. But you rather use a filter. You a blessing in disguise. Just open up your eyes. You don't need contacts to realize. But you rather use a filter. But you rather use a filter. Okay. Looking at the women you see in more magazines, wondering how she got that figure inside them jeans. Wishing it was you with that shape, don't be deceived. Cause everything that glitter ain't really all what it seems. You could be the bomb without no makeup on. Yeah, staring in the mirror, now baby don't take too long. Beating up your face while you're gazing in the mirror. Looking for perfection, searching for correction. In reality, what you see ain't your reflection. Living in a society that fear rejection. Brazilian your hair, but that ain't your roots. Thinking you need mascara, but that ain't the truth. You was made in this image, baby, look at the proof. When the right person come along, they supposed to love you for you. I'm just saying, all of that makeup you laying won't guarantee you a man. Beauty don't come out of can, you understand? Baby, you gotta know your self-worth. Before they love you, you gotta love yourself first. But you rather use a filter. But you rather use a filter. You a blessing in disguise. Just open up your eyes. You don't need contacts to realize. But you rather use a filter. But you rather use a filter. See now, baby, all I'm saying is you are beautiful the way you are, honey. Now I won't bull jive you, baby. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? I hope you can. You're beautiful, baby. Shine your light, honey. You're not rocking on the ones and twos. ZLENT.
You're listening to Motion with Romanda D on the edge on air.com, playing the best music you never heard. Tune in Thursdays, 12 p.m. to 1. And don't forget to catch me as co-host on Evolution Pop, the Bible Show, with host Jeff Hudson, enlightening you with some knowledge from the Bible.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to Motion. You're listening to Romanda D and Jeff Hudson on the edge on air.com, where we play the greatest music you never heard. It is official, I think. We are definitely in the season of football, you guys.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely.
Yes. And guess what's going on in football regarding the athletes? You guys, whether it's basketball or football.
College.
So, college. Definitely gearing towards college, should I say. The NCAA, National Collegiate Athletic Association. Well, they're making it now. Well, they're trying to. Well, California has been the first state, thank you, Jim. California has been the first state to pretty much pass a law to allow college athletes to be compensated. How do you feel about that, Jeff?
I think it's a great idea.
You hurried up and jump on that.
About time.
I'm right along with you. About time. Stop using these college students like that.
I know, it's like...
This is crazy.
all of these kids out there playing football or basketball or what have you, and then you got like what are some of the games, the video games that use their likeness?
Yeah.
And they can get compensated for that. They can't have any job. They get an athletic scholarship, 4-year or whatever it is,
right.
athletic scholarship. So you can't have a job. They got no money.
Yep.
They can't talk to a scout or agent.
Yep.
Because if they do, then the NCAA will fine them or kick them out. And then they lose their scholarship.
Very true.
So they were getting hosed. They're out there playing football. They're risking injury to try and make it to the next level. What percentage actually make it to the next level, though?
That's true.
How many college athletes are there? How many colleges are in the United States?
All right. So let me read something. So the California law will apply to more than 20 Division I schools, including several members of the Pacific 12 Conference, one of the most powerful and popular conferences in the country.
Pac-12.
Oh, yeah, Pacific 12, yeah. Okay. Marks a new chapter in NCAA's loosening grip on amateur athletics.
Mm-hmm.
In South Carolina, 2 state legislators are readying to introduce a similar pay-to-play bill when the General Assembly reconvenes in January. The proposal, as outlined by State Senator Marlon Kempson and Representative Justin Bamberg, would allow the state's largest schools to pay $5,000 a year in stipends to athletes in certain profitable sports like football and basketball. It would allow other athletes who are eligible for scholarships but not the stipend to earn money for their name, image, or likeness, just like what you were saying, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
The bill will also compensate players for hourly work and establish a fund to assist players who suffer from sports-related injuries later in life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're out there playing football. You're a wide receiver. You go up with the one-hand grab. Pow, you get
Like
nailed.
Jeffrey. What's his name? Jeffrey, right?
Oh, like any athlete.
Well, Jeffrey was the main one to grab the one hand.
Oh, that's Beck.
In football, NFL though.
Yeah, that's Beck with that. Well, he's not with the Giants anymore.
He still does it, but he was from, I don't know.
There's a lot of athletes that make a one-handed catch. I'm just using that for an example. But there's who was the wide receiver for the Giants that made the famous one-handed catch going back with him. Anyway, but when you're out there, you get hit. So this should cover for your injuries, or you get it taken care of anyway.
Okay.
Maybe you could turn that down. Test 1, 2.
Go ahead. Go.
Oh, I'm done.
Okay. So
Not just that, but any athlete, and this is really going to apply to like the high profile athletes. But what about any other athlete? Yeah, walk-ons. What about women athletes?
You know what? They didn't make a stipulation between male or female. They did say college athletes. So I would assume that they're talking about male and female.
I would hope so.
Okay. So the law planned to go into effect in 2023 will allow student athletes.
2023
will allow student athletes to accept endorsements, be paid for things like their autograph, and to hire agents, all of which are not allowed under the current NCAA bylaws.
Isn't that something? How much does the coach make?
Well, let's move on down. Let's see. Where? Okay. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Earlier this year, Representative Mark Walker, a Republican from the North Carolina, introduced a bill that would amend the federal tax code to remove the NCAA's tax-exempt status if it did not allow college athletes to profit from the use of their names, images, and likeness. And earlier this month, presidential candidate Bernie Sanders threw his support behind paying college athletes. College athletes are workers. The senator from Vermont tweeted, "Pay them." The NCAA's stance has long been that paying college athletes are allowing them to profit off their name, image, and likeness runs afoul the concept of a student athlete, someone who is a student first and an athlete second.
That's bull.
And undermines the premise of an amateur system of athletics.
That's bull.
That position, however, has become harder to defend as college athletics has ballooned over the last 2 decades into a $14 billion industry.
Thank you.
The NCAA,
Who's getting paid?
right? The NCAA basketball tournament alone, widely known as March Madness, as we all know. Who doesn't know about March Madness? Draws upward of 100 million viewers, has nearly 100 corporate sponsors, and generates more than $1 billion. And with only about 12% of the industry's revenue being directed to a small number of students, almost entirely in the form of academic scholarships, and those students being predominantly students of color, the growth in equity isn't just a labor fairness issue, but a civil rights issue too.
Yep. So who's getting hosed? It's taken away from it's removing the stigma of students. It's bull crap. When I was in college, I had a job.
Yeah.
So I was able to make some money while I was going to school there. I didn't get no scholarship.
Yeah.
So what though? If you get a scholarship, if you get an athletic scholarship, you can't get a job. I mean, if someone else is using your likeness, you can't get paid for it.
I know.
That's I thought this was like America. This is a capitalistic country, right? You can't benefit from your own name and from your own performance.
Right.
No matter what age you are.
But you know, me and you, we had a discussion about this, a little bit of discussion about this yesterday, right? When I said that, well, you know what? What's the difference in paying now? Because when you go to, like when I went to Robert Morris University, and I was on a work study program while I was a student. Wouldn't that be pretty much the same concept?
Yeah, well, I guess with the NCAA, they're saying you're there to perform.
No, but they're working. That's work. I don't care what nobody say. That is work, and you're on national TV. That's work still. Pay those students.
Yeah, that's work.
Because you getting all this money. And
the school's getting all this money. Okay.
Greedy.
How much money why do they go out there and recruit these particular athletes? They got like scouts that go out to recruit these high school students to come to their school. So when they play for their school, who benefits from their performance?
The
school.
Yeah.
And what does the student get? You get to go there for 4 years. And if you step out of line an instant, you're out. They'll get somebody else to take your place. And how much money is the school gaining from your performing there? Does it outweigh your 4-year academics, your 4-year scholarship? Yeah, it does. Financially, it does.
And
are you ever going to make that kind of money if you don't make it to the pros?
I don't know, y'all, but let's let $1 million. Here's $1 million by Brandon Musa. This is amazing, right? Pay these students, you guys.
Every day I'm hustling, trying to find a way to win. The way for me is to make my first million and invest so I can leave some to my children. Step in the building with my head high. Making money ain't something that I play about. I don't want a piece, dog, want the whole pie. Watch the snakes in the grass with their hand out. Born bad at the bone and I ain't never coming home. Overseas with my phone on wrong. Send money back home to the people that I love. Let them know that they never belong. Roll up some trees, watching the palm trees. You up now, into the zone. It's what Siri told me. Laying on the beach, sipping drinks and watching the dogs go by. Whole crew's in the house. And guess who's got the check? I wanna buy my mama a house, but she ain't never gotta worry about being in debt. These are the dreams of a young black kid from the hood who God bless with gifts. And I ain't gonna stop till I'm on the top. And every day I'm cashing a check, making millions. Wish I had $1 million. Travel overseas every other week, get away from the drama. Wish I had $1 million. So I wouldn't need no student loan. I could pay for his college. Wish I had $1 million. Help bring Black Wall Street back. We ain't never giving up. Wish I had $1 million. Wish I had $1 million. If I had $1 million, wish I had $1 million. Travel overseas every other week, get away from the drama. Wish I had $1 million. So I wouldn't need no student loan. I could pay for his college. Wish I had $1 million. Help bring Black Wall Street back. We ain't never giving up. Wish I had $1 million. Wish I had $1 million. If I had $1 million. Every day I struggle. I think about what would happen if I went into the booth and I came out speaking the truth to get you loose. Won't let them hang me from a noose to get the loot. $1 million dreams vanish when you get it in your hand and you can't handle what comes with the money and the fame. People screaming your name and your brain can't hang, so now you're doing the same. So I'ma stay humble as I'm rolling around. Some souls get lost that'll never be found. Put back into the community, make sure the fam straight as I'm making my rounds. Put it in the IRA and invest, make sure I receive residual checks. Then take some out, travel over the world, so when I die, I have no regrets. They tell me money is the root of all evil. but still passing the collection plate. But my Bible told me that an answer wrong thing, just gotta keep your head on straight. These are the dreams of a young black kid from the hood who God bless with gifts. And I ain't gonna stop till I'm on the top. And every day I'm casting a check, make $1 million. Wish I had $1 million. Travel overseas every other week, get away from the drama. Wish I had $1 million. So I wouldn't need no student loan, I could pay for his college. Wish I had $1 million. Help bring Black Wall Street back, we ain't never giving up. Wish I had $1 million. Wish I had $1 million if I had $1 million. Wish I had $1 million. Travel overseas every other week, get away from the drama. Wish I had $1 million. So I wouldn't need no student loan, I could pay for his college. Wish I had $1 million. Help bring Black Wall Street back, we ain't never giving up. Wish I had $1 million. Wish I had $1 million if I had $1 million.
You're listening to Motion with Romanda D on the Edge on air.com, playing the best music you never heard. Tune in Thursdays, 12 p.m. to 1. And don't forget to catch me as co-host on Evolution Pop, the Bible Show, with host Jeff Hudson, enlightening you with some knowledge from the Bible.
We're back. You're listening to Motion with Romanda D and Jeff Hudson on the Edge on air.com. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. Yeah, I told you I was going to have some interesting topics, but it's still getting juicier. We're not done yet, so let's keep it popping. Let's keep it moving. Well, you guys, congratulations to my husband, Jeff Hudson. He graduated last week. I know I'm ahead of myself. He graduated last week.
Yeah.
From Illinois Media School.
Yeah.
See how blah he is? Yep. Did it feel good?
Of course it did.
Okay. You feel like you made an accomplishment?
I feel like, I've gotten, there's a lot of knowledge that I had no idea of about media production, et cetera.
Right.
And if I wouldn't have come here, then I still would have been in the dark about a lot of things. So
yeah,
it's a real big eye opener. You get a lot of opportunities from going to this Illinois Media School. Mm-hmm. You get hands-on. As soon as first day of class, it was hands-on.
Yeah, it was.
First day of class is like you get introduced. First thing you do is get up there and talk. If you ever never done that before, wake up, get up there. Who are you? What are you here for?
Right.
What's your goal?
Right.
Boom. All right, let's go here to this radio room. Get on the board here.
Yep,
all right, let's go over here to this camera. We're gonna put you on the camera.
Right.
Like, all right, what are you looking at? And then you gotta focus.
Right.
Fix it. You know.
Right.
Next thing you know, you're writing reports, you're writing news stories, you're doing music videos. It's like boom. Next thing you know, 8 months is over and you know all this stuff now.
Yeah. Before you know way more before you came in the door.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, sometimes you'll come in the door with only one thing you want to accomplish. But before you walk out that door at the end of your 8 months, you might have a totally changed for the other thing.
That's true.
Like when I first came in, my whole target was I want to be a camera person. I just wanted to focus on editing the camera. But then I didn't even realize that, man, I was going to be in the radio class to learn more about the radio. That totally took over.
Now you're on 3 radio stations. Huh?
Yeah, probably more.
Yeah, I did too. It's like I had like an interest in like video editing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Did. I want to get better at editing.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm on like 3 radio stations.
And you got more training in editing even after.
And I'm doing like I'm working in video editing as well.
Right. In your workshops with one of the teachers you guys here at Illinois Media School in Lombard, Derek Hines. Yeah. Awesome, Jeff. Awesome. So I want to say congratulations to my husband, Jeff, on his graduation last Friday. Amen. So also, let's keep it moving. Now, I know I'm going to talk to this man right here. If you're on Facebook Live watching, he loves politics, you guys. What do you anticipate in the 2020 election? Who do you anticipate will be
the Democratic
running?
Nominee?
Huh?
Who do I anticipate is going to be the Democratic nominee?
Yeah. And who do you think would win the 2020 presidential election?
It's a few different scenarios. Here's what I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my pick for the Democratic president, who I'm going to vote for in the primary, is Tulsi Gabbard.
Really? Not Bernie
Gabbard.
Sanders? That's a change. When did this happen?
Oh, it's been like that for a while. But if she drops out for some reason by the time it gets to Illinois, I'm going to vote for Bernie Sanders.
Okay.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders is basically the front runner. The reason I voted for Tulsi because I like her anti-intervention talk. Now, there's a lot of people that say she's not as much of a progressive, meaning we're like one of the gung-ho for more of the left-wing programs. But I think there's anti-intervention things, and she is for the people, and she speaks plainly, speaks the truth plainly, and doesn't back down. I think she is someone that could actually beat Donald Trump in the election, and I think she'd be a good president. She's been a senator, a member of the Congress for almost 7 years. She's been in the military for 16 years. She's still in the military, as a matter of fact, and she's running for president. Okay. Bernie Sanders has the best programs, I think. And for him and her, it's just kind of tit for tat. I'm leaning toward Tulsi, but I might pick Bernie Sanders too. Anybody else on the Democratic side, there's nobody else that I would think I would vote for.
Here's the thing. If Bernie Sanders win, she can be a great vice president for him.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And what about Joe Biden? Poor Joe Biden. What have you done to yourself, Joe Biden?
Joe Biden. I don't know. Joe Biden is another corporate status quo
that a lot
Democrat.
of people don't know.
That's the reason why Donald Trump got elected in the first place. The Democrats don't understand that when Barack Obama came in, he promised hope and change, and nobody got any hope and change. The one thing that happened.
Yeah, some people did get their hope and change.
Who got hope and change? What benefit did the common person get?
Well, he got his hope and change because he got the medical thing, right? The insurance.
The American Care Act got passed.
Right.
The American Care Act got passed.
All right, well, that was his hope and change.
Okay, American Care Act got passed, and that benefited some people for some medical benefits. But look at the American Care Act.
You know what? I had it. And oh my gosh, you guys, I had Blue Cross Blue Shield. I had the best insurance, and it really wasn't expensive, especially if you're working, you know, it was awesome.
But did it cover everybody in the country?
I don't know.
No, it didn't. Okay. And look at it now. The Republicans were able to poke holes at it and kind of pretty much do away with it.
Well, that's because of Barack Obama, which I always say to you, Jeff, Barack Obama, if you and your wife were attorneys. Now, every attorney know that when you making something legalized, that at some point it's coming under a contract, and you have to put a cap on the contract. Why you didn't put a cap on that contract for the insurance for everybody? Because now you got all the Republicans want to come and do away with it or tear it up and make it what they want out of it. He should have put a cap on it.
Yeah,
you could have put a cap on that thing for 100 years.
Yeah, by cap she means like some kind of like a
lock on it.
Some kind of like a length of time that this is going to be in place.
Yes.
Without no changes.
Yes.
And another thing, how come they didn't do like a public option where people could have voted to get in this thing without having to change anything? Like,
well, do you think Trump will be reelected?
It depends on who the vice president nominee is going to be. The Democratic nominee is going to be. If it's Bernie Sanders, then no. Bernie Sanders will beat Donald Trump hands down, I think. Tulsi Gabbard, she'll beat him too. Anybody else? If Joe Biden gets in there, or even Elizabeth Warren, I think Trump is going to be reelected if one of those go against him.
Well, let's hope
or any
not.
other of these corporate Democrats, because they're weak and soft, and they go with the status quo. They don't do anything for the people.
Well, time will tell, you guys. Time will tell.
Lost promise, your broken dreams, the definition of you and me. The awkward silence only leaves me reminded, mirror show what the words don't say. Thinking of our past is where crack a smile, start running mad. Drown my memories, thoughts of you and me. Well, my power lets you get the best of me. Wait. My heart is like, wait, couldn't believe the story, how it happened this way. shower breath of strangers. Love's gone in the wind. Beautiful life was a story ever told. You know it's three sides, it's the more and the more. She loves me, she loves me now. With my stuck on replay, 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 replay. Beautiful life was the story ever told. You know it's three sides, the more and the more. My stuck on replay, 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 replay. Beautiful life was a story ever told. You know it's three sides, it's the more and the more. She loves me, she loves me now. But my stuck on replay, 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 replay. So make love. I live the good life, the good life. About the things, money and the fame. Cause this is my life, this is my life. Everything is within my name, my name, my life, my life.
Fly boy on my Esco tip, booking flights overseas for them Esco bricks. Call a guide in Miami like let's go flip. Real estate 6 figures, hit a West Coast lick. All my real love it when I talk that. Getting back to the money and I love that. On the chase for the paper, ain't no time to switch. When the fans get to knocking, better hide your bricks. On the path for the better things, drop coops and better range. Sky house suites on the beach and better dames. So relaxing, Cartier, better fashion. When paper hit my hand, yo, it's just like magic.
Good life, the good life. About the things, money and the fame. Cause this is my life, this is my life. Everything is within my name, my name, my life, my life.
I used to round hoopsies and buy Lucy's. My new thing, like how the coupe sees. Massage your booty. I'm pumping Evelyn champagne. When a getting money, you can't complain. I get my car washed while it's raining. I told them keep drying it. Trying to get money like me, keep trying it. I took on the jet. Guess you could say I'm on the flyer. Your money to quiet this. I'm rocking Ray-Bans with bands on me. You and your man corny, but haters, you can't stop them. I don't wear Cardi frames. Too many broke rock them. Y'all ain't real, y'all imposters. I be far away. Don't want broke energy near my chakras. My vibe is positive.
I live a good life, the good life. About the things, money and the fame. Cause this is my life, this is my life. Everything is within my name, my name, my life, my life. The life I live isn't for the average. I take many different chances everywhere I go. It's the life I chose, it's the road let's travel by. But it's my life. It's my life, it's my life.
Yo, every time I'm in the building, she feeling me all crazy. Going racks at the Beverly Center with your lady. Fruit juices, ice cubes, and gray gooses. When I finesse your phone calls and text useless. When I seduce it, hitting you with excuses. You never get the cookie again.
You loose, I'm so official. See the watch just don't hit you. 10 years, 10 days, beat gone Mitchell. And troublesome at every chance I buy another. Trouble come, I bam like Barney Rubble, son. Honest one, telling your girl she not the only one. And the night cancel that. I buy another one.
Good life, about the things, money and the things. Cause it's my life, it's my life. Everything is within my means, my life, my life. Some mistake it, others choose. Some will want it, many will lose, but it's my life. See, it's my life.
You're listening to Motion with Romanda D on the edge on air.com, playing the best music you never heard. Tune in Thursdays, 12 p.m. to 1. And don't forget to catch me as co-host on Evolution Pop, the Bible Show, with host Jeff Hudson, enlightening you with some knowledge from the Bible.
All right, welcome back. We're going to keep moving along. We're just about at the end of my hour, you guys. So you're listening to Motion with Romanda D on the edge on air.com. I'm your host, Romanda D, and let's not forget,
Jeff Hudson.
Yes. So, as we all know, what's been in the news lately? Miss Amber Guyger. She has been unanimously sentenced for the murder of her upstairs neighbor, Mr. Botham Jean, deceased Botham Jean. However, she was given 10 years. I know. Most people have an issue with her being given 10 years for murder. But I'm going to share with you the reason why she was given 10 years of prison time, along with some tweets from some Black people and white people. So let's begin with this story, you guys. Let's begin. So, a jury found Miss Amber Guyger guilty by unanimous vote. She and the victim that was killed by her the victim that was killed, they lived in the same apartment building. Amber lived on the 3rd floor, and the deceased victim, Botham Jean, lived on the 4th floor. Miss Amber Guyger wrongfully entered into the deceased Botham Jean's apartment and shot him. A jury sentenced a former Dallas police officer to 10 years in prison last Wednesday, for the shooting death of her unarmed neighbor in his home last year. Amber Guyger was convicted of murder the day before by the same jury in the death of Botham Jean. The sentence was met with boos and jeers by a crowd gathered outside the courtroom, but Botham Jean's younger brother, Brent Jean, in a victim impact statement after the sentence, told Amber Guyger he forgave her and loved her as he would any other person. He asked the judge if he could hug Miss Amber Guyger, and the two embraced as Amber Guyger sobbed. Here's the picture, you guys. So that is the person that got killed, Botham Jean. That is his brother hugging Miss Amber Guyger, the police lady that actually shot his brother, you guys. Okay. So, Jeff, what do you feel about this case? What's on your mind regarding this case?
Well, at least she was found guilty.
Yeah.
I think she was guilty.
Mm-hmm.
How do you go to someone else's apartment thinking that it's yours and then shoot the person that's there in there eating ice cream on the couch?
Yeah. At some point, even if you're on the phone, even if, let's say,
was the guy even startled or anything?
Let's say if she was on the phone talking, going upstairs. At some point, don't you think you done went up too many stairs?
Yeah.
Like, wait, what the heck? Why? I feel like I've been, and then you have to stop and take a look around. I'm on the wrong floor.
Yeah.
How did I get up on this floor?
How long have they lived there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was there anything going? Was there any animosity between them?
You know, I haven't read this story, and this is one story I would love to pull up on public access because, and to read this case, I would love to read this case because it seemed kind of weird. Like, it makes me wonder, did he make a lot of noise over her head? And to this time when she came home, I'm not going to have it because, again, they showed a video camera of one of the policemen who still had his camera on him running up the stairs. And afar off, he's heading towards the direction of the apartment. And yes, a huge bright red rug is on the floor outside of the door. The deceased's door. How do you not see that?
I'm thinking it's your apartment. And if you go into someone's apartment, if you go into your own apartment and someone's on the couch eating ice cream.
Ice cream? What criminal is going to be doing that?
Oh, wait a minute. How does she get in?
Yeah.
How does she get in?
Well, at one point I heard that he left the door open, but then I don't know. But then it seemed like she somehow got it open and entered in. When she pushed the door open, she discovered that somebody is in her apartment. No.
Did she knock on the door and he let her in?
I don't know. This case has
weird.
an open link, huh?
This is weird. Even it was an accident. They say it was an accident. I got my doubts about that. But yeah. But okay, say it was an accident. How do you shoot the guy?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you just say, like, what are you doing in my apartment? It's not your apartment. I live here. I live here.
Well, you know what? Let's look at some of the I'll go over the tweets in a minute. Okay. So let me keep it moving. So the judge, you guys want to know why she got 10 years? Well, here it is. Here's why she got 10 years and not more. The judge in the trial of a Dallas police officer convicted of murder for killing her unarmed Black neighbor in his home the judge says the jury will get instruction on legal defense that could reduce the officer's sentencing range. The jury convicted Amber Guyger of murder Tuesday in the September 2018 killing of Botham Jean. In Texas, the penalty for first-degree murder could be anywhere from 5 years to 99 years in prison. But Judge Tammy Kemp said last Wednesday, that jurors will receive written guidance on the law regarding a so-called sudden passion defense.
Sudden passion defense. What is that?
According to the Texas Penal Code, if a defendant convicted of first-degree murder can prove in the punishment phase they caused the death under the immediate influence of sudden passion arising from an adequate cause, the offense would be reduced to a second-degree felony. If the jury accepts that Guyger's actions were taken in the heat of the moment, it could reduce the sentencing range to 2 to 20 years in prison. So you guys, that's why this is how she got 10 years.
So in other words, they're saying that it wasn't a planned event. So it's like she thought she was in her apartment. She saw something, got startled and stunned and reacted basically on emotion or fear or what have you. Being a police officer, she pulls out her gun and shoots somebody, right?
Yeah.
But if you're a police officer, shouldn't you have some kind of control of your emotions for something like that?
So she had, you're right. So it's based on that because it says in quotes, immediate influence of sudden passion arising from an adequate cause. But here's the thing, sudden passion. Well, let's read some of these tweets, you guys. Let's see what some of these people now. This first tweet is Justice.
Just read it. Don't even say
Just
don't even say who it is. Just read it. Don't even say who. Don't even identify.
Sorry. Okay. Let's. This is a black male.
No, I was gonna say don't even say that. Just read the tweet and see, and let people decipher what they think it is, and then you can say, "Oh, this is from so and so."
Okay. All right. Well, I already gave the clue out to the first one. So let me move it. Let me move it. Okay. This first tweet. I've honestly never in my life seen this level of negligence. Didn't notice her surroundings. didn't perform CPR, didn't call for backup, didn't try to de-escalate, didn't use medical supplies in her book bag. Mind you, she's trained to do all these things.
Yeah, she's a police officer.
The next tweet. Oh, you want me to tell it? Oh,
No.
wait. Okay, so the next tweet, you guys. Now Amber Guyger's older sister just took the stand, talked about their childhood and how Amber is responsible and genuine. Said that she doesn't have that same light or energy that she had before. Murdering an innocent person would do that to you. Okay. Got the next tweet, you guys. This is the third tweet. Guyger's brother, who was throwing up the white power sign, didn't testify. I wonder why. Let me move it on. Got the last tweet, the fourth tweet. According to Texas Ranger David Armstrong, cops can now walk up in people's apartments and kill them, and it's not a crime or weakness. Reckless. God help us with these people in law enforcement. What mess, I'm saying that in a nice way. What mess has he pulled in uniform that we don't know about?
He or she?
Huh?
What mess has who pulled? Her or just police in general?
Police in general, I suppose. Yeah. So, should I surprise them with which tweets was?
Yeah. Okay, identify them now.
Okay, so this last tweet, you think it was a black guy or a white guy?
This last tweet?
Yeah, to the people out here. Most of you. But let me just read it over. According to Texas Ranger, this person said, according to Texas Ranger David Armstrong, cops can now walk up in people's apartments and kill them, and it's not a crime or reckless. God help us with these people in law enforcement. What mess has he pulled in uniform she pulled in uniform that we don't know about? I don't know you're right. Who is he talking about? I don't know. Well, you guys, let me show you the picture of this one. This wasn't a black guy. This was a white guy. You see that?
The camera's right there.
That's that tweet. So see, we can't be basing, we can't be playing the race card in this. Because everybody, don't matter what nationality you are, everybody's getting sick of this, taking out people's lives. We can't be playing the race card in this.
Here's an article from RT News.
Yeah.
RT News. Protesters against police brutality march with coffins outside Cowboys Stadium in Texas. You didn't see this on CNN, do you? Or MSNBC or CBS? Mm-hmm. You've seen this? Nope.
No.
The Dallas Cowboys play against the New York Giants in Arlington, Texas, September 16th, 2018. This was in 2018. Mm-hmm. Empty coffins symbolizing those killed by police were carried by protesters outside AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, where the Dallas Cowboys were set to take on the New York Giants. This is last year, so. Activists rallied on Sunday to draw attention to the slayings of O'Shea Terry and Botham Jean. I think it's John, it's not G. African-American men who were fatally shot by North Texas officers this month. And the article goes on. This is from RT News. Now, you don't see this on CNN News, MSNBC News, CBS News, NBC News. You don't see that Fox News, do you? Mm-mm. They're not going to give you that kind of story.
No. So, his brother, the guy that got killed, Botham Jean. You're right, Jeff. It is Jean, not Jean. It's Jean. He apologized. I mean, not apologized. He was sorrowful for her.
Forgave her?
Was sorrowful. He was sorrowful, and he forgave her. He literally really forgave her. And he asked the judge, may I give her a hug? Can I please give her a hug? And the judge said yes. Again, here's the picture of them embracing each other. So my question, what's the problem? Why can't we forgive? What the Bible says, Jeff, about forgiving.
Matthew 18, verse 21. Then Peter came to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Yeah. Till 7 times? Jesus saith unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. That's 490 times. In other words, right. Like continually.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean just okay. That's 300. That's 489 times. Man, you got one more. Up 490. That's it. No more forgiveness for you.
Right.
No, I mean it's like okay, you're supposed to always just forgive them.
Yeah. So, because you know what?
That don't mean they're not supposed to be punished for their deed though.
That's
you
true.
can forgive them though. Like,
right.
but
Yeah. So let's not, you know, especially my Black people out there. I understand that we're all happy that finally justice has occurred, but it's not her. It's not the juror's fault. This is in regards to the judge that gave this woman 10 years based on that one. What is that law that she stated, the judge? Let me see. Where is this at? The so-called sudden passion defense. Well, you know what? I wish she can use that for so many more people that shoot people randomly. They didn't mean it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't mean it and they were sorrowful. Can they get the same treatment, the sudden passion defense?
Yeah. Has that difference been, are there any other, what's the what do you call it, precedent for that? Has that been used before?
I don't know.
That's my first time ever hearing that.
Yeah.
I know like in Florida, they got that, I got that fear for my life thing. So you walk up and shoot somebody and kill them. Oh, I fear for my life. But what did the person do to you? Oh, nothing. I just looked at him.
By me.
Oh, he looked intimidated. I got scared, so I shot him.
Right. So
that doesn't make any sense. You can use that for anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I got scared, so I shot him.
So you know what? You're right. They can use that for anything. If this has not been used before, it's about to be used a lot now.
Yeah.
It only takes one case to make it precedence. And here's President. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. Let's try to forgive each other every day, you guys. We only got one life to live on this planet. Sorry about that. Can we all get along? Can we all just scream and get along and love each other? Here's Drew with Hear You Now.
Darkness in your eyes, the way they fall mine. And the dancing every time is the ballroom and the gun. I'ma break it back like a mousetrap suicide. Hands behind my back like a hijack, do or die. Want it. Watch my silhouette like a project. Hands around your neck, do a sound check. You ain't saying nothing. Oh, but I want you to scream. Make I can hear you. Make I can hear you. No one else is here. Silence is the fear. If you want to take the drug, chase it with the blood. Yeah. I'ma break it back like a mousetrap suicide. Hands behind my back like a hijack, do or die. Watch my silhouette like a project. Hands around your neck, do a sound check. You ain't saying nothing. You ain't saying nothing. Oh. Can you hear
efficiency interviews are brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council.
Matthew, you know energy-saving light bulbs last 6 times longer than that old bulb in your lamp.
Yeah, well, I don't even live here.
Matthew, dinner's ready.
I never met that woman.
It's your favorite, Matt. Lasagna.
Don't you people knock? Just give me the energy saver.
Millions of kids are using their energy wisely. What's your excuse? Learn more at loseyourexcuse.gov.
You're listening to Motion with Romanda D on the Edge on Air.com, playing the best music you never heard. Tune in Thursdays, 12 p.m. to 1. And don't forget to catch me as co-host on Evolution Pop, the Bible Show, with host Jeff Hudson, enlightening you with some knowledge from the Bible.
Well, I'm at the end of my hour. You've been listening to Motion with Romanda D and
Jeff Hudson,
my co-host Jeff Hudson, on the Edge on Air.com, where we play the greatest music you never heard. But don't worry, you can catch us next Thursday at 12 p.m. and enjoy listening again to the greatest music you never heard, along with some great topics relating to the matters of this world. We'll try to have something great to discuss with you next week. But until then, I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I also hope that you enjoyed these great topics that we discussed today. Try to love each other and let's forgive each other. Jeff, would you like to say anything?
Go Bears.
Go Bears. Yeah, the Bears are playing Sunday. Tonight or Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, you guys. Okay. And let's hope that the NCAA
pay some people and pay these athletes, man.
Thank you. Other than that, you guys pay attention to your surroundings, and most of all, please be safe.
Peace.
Stranger, till I hear your laughter. Crazy, 'cause you're all I'm after. And it's a pleasure. It was nice to have met you. And I remember